Hello student, today we are going to discuss in our MAPEH class is the principle of arts. So before we start to our new lesson, let's have a quick recap on the lesson that we discussed last meeting. So last meeting we discussed the elements of the arts. We have the lines, the colors, the value, and the shape and the forms. So that elements of the art is useful for us to make a beautiful artworks. Okay, to start our lesson for today, let's have a quick activity. So for this activity, what are you going to do is to draw or make a flower, different flower using this different shape. You can pause the video for you to have time on making this activity. Alright, so even if you were given the same list of shape, you were able to come up with a different version of a flower. So this is how the principle of artworks goes, which is the lesson for today. So when we use the principle of art in combining the different elements, we can create a unified design. So if we can master the use of this principle, creating art will be second nature to us. We have different principle of arts. These are balance, emphasis, harmony, variety, movement, rhythm, and the proposition. Let's discuss each. The first principle is the balance. Balance deals with the arrangement of the elements in an artwork. So, if you don't have a sense of balance with your design, then the viewer's eye won't know where to look and what you're trying to communicate may not get across because areas of less interest can be easily too unnoticed. So we also have three types of balance. We have asymmetrical, symmetrical, and the radial balance. So the first one is the asymmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance occurs when you have different visual image on either side of a design and yet the image still seems balanced. The next one is the symmetrical balance. Symmetrical balance when side mirrors the other side. What you'll see in the other side is the same on the other side. And lastly is the radial balance. When we say radial balance, when the elements converge to a central point. So radial balance or radial symmetry is known as the key principle of design that focuses on a central focal point of a photo or created design. So here are the example of the three types of balance. So as you can see, they are different. Symmetrical balance is the same both sides, unlike the symmetrical balance. And the radial balance is the radius of a design. The next principle is the emphasis. Emphasis is achieved when there is a part of the artwork that stands out from the rest. So it is important to have the emphasis to make sure that the viewer create the centered interest in an artwork. It's often achieved by the color contrast and by the lines which direct the eye to it. The next principle is the harmony. Harmony is achieved by putting similar elements together to emphasize their traits. So when we say harmony, it is the oneness of the design or the artworks. Next one is the variety. Variety is achieved by combining and contrasting the elements together in an artwork. So, variety in an art means using different sizes, shapes, and colors in your artwork to create visual diversity. Next is the movement. Movement implies action. It is a visual path that guides the viewer along the artwork. Next is the rhythm. Rhythm is similar to movement and gradation. It is seen as a steady movement using repeating elements. So, rhythm in an arts is the visual or auditory pattern created by repeated shapes, elements, color, sound, and movements. And lastly is the proportion. Proportion is the connection of the elements to one another. So it shows the importance of a subject by increasing its size and creating space and distance. So the use of proportion is essential for creating accurate images. So that ends our discussion for our MAPEH class for today. So, for your activity, what are you going to do is to make your own artwork using the principle of arts that we discussed. So, that's all for today. I hope you learned something from it. Enjoy your day and God bless. Bye!